Right, so casual fans, we're back. This is going to be a dedicated show just towards MMA and all things fighting related. So if you normally like us talking waffle and politics that we don't have a clue about, science stuff, this ain't going to be the show. This show is talking about mainly the UFC. When we dip our toes in a bit more, because obviously we are casual fans, we'll be going into like Pride, ONE FC, Bellator, etc., boxing.
Yeah,
that we have no business talking about anyway.
Yeah.
But so we're back with this new show, and we are called the Casual MMA Fans.
Yeah, that's what we are. It'll be just a little run through, talk about the pay-per-views, talk about the fights coming up, give our predictions, bit of gossip, breaking news, all that sort of jazz. So if you're into UFC, you're into MMA, or all that stuff that we know nothing about, this is the show for you.
Or if you want to get involved.
Fucking oath.
Yeah. Well, that's what we're in. We're all casuals. You know what I mean?
That's the whole point of this.
So starting off this week, so we have Francis Ngannou, now former heavyweight champion of the UFC, Dana White came out, who's the president of the UFC, said we're releasing him, but apparently his contract was already up.
Yeah.
So he was on a 5-year contract, which is ridiculous. Probably getting paid pretty peanuts, I imagine. Not
in the fight world.
Yeah. And then so his contract was up mid-December, but they've come out he's come out today or like a few days ago saying, we've released Ngannou. He doesn't want to fight Jon Jones, who is now back. We're going to go on that after, who's regarded as the GOAT. Never lost. He's got one loss for a stupid rule, which is like the illegal elbow. Yeah. Which is like he elbowed someone 12-6, which is coming down, which is a stupid rule because they say it's like the most powerful elbow. It's not. I think they made that rule was when, back in the day when the karate exposed, they used to elbow wood and ice and blocks, and obviously they'd break because they're supposed to. Yeah. And they'd be like, no, that elbow's too dangerous. We can't have that.
It's something about it going on top of the head as well, I think.
Yeah, if you can wrap your shin around someone's face, it's your whole leg rather than just your elbow. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But so Jon Jones back, Ngannou's out.
The whole Ngannou thing though it's a bit of a mad one. It's like this is a big deal in the UFC world, I think.
It's massive. He's left and said fuck you,
because he has like you say, his contract was up in December, right? Yeah. Signed the last contract he signed was 2017. Locked him in for 5 years. Certain amount of fights, certain privileges. Gets like the UFC basically make a certain amount of money off him, and he has to agree to that. Like, it's fucking pretty wild.
Well, yeah, that 5 years has been his come up.
And now he is the big dog.
Yeah, he's only been in the UFC 7 years as well.
Yeah, and he's the big cheese now. Do you know what I mean? He's heavyweight. Yeah, and he's the bad man.
He's the most terrifying man ever. His nickname's The Predator.
He is a scary dude.
Yeah, his story's mad as well. You ever listen to the story?
Yeah, I have. Joe Rogan go and listen to it because it's mad.
That's a very good. Basically, long story short, he's from Cameroon. He used to, as a child, it's like Conan the Barbarian. Like he was working in a sand mine, and then he had like this mad, obviously, migration to to Europe from Cameroon. Like it was mad. Yeah, just go anyway. Go listen to that. That's Joe Rogan, Francis Ngannou. Mental story.
Insane story. Well worth it. But for him to now be the big shot, the big cheese, the grand fromage, as they say in France, and then for him to just sack it all in when he's possibly being offered the biggest fight in UFC history against Jon Jones. Yeah. And he said, nah, you're not looking after me, or, things aren't right. Yeah. I'm actually in a position where I can walk away. Like, he's taken the power back and said, I can walk away now, so I'm going to.
Well, they said, he said, Dana White came and said, he doesn't want to fight the bigger guys. He wants to fight people lesser than him, and he wants, mad amount of money, when that isn't true whatsoever. Like, Dana's pissed because he was like, Ngannou's obviously going to try to renew his contract with us. We'll take him, and then he'll have to fight all these big fights. Ngannou said he wanted to do a 3-fight contract. He was going to do hopefully 2 fights with Jones, so he wants that fight, and then he's going to fight Stipe. Yep. But the reason why he didn't stay in the UFC is he was saying he was trying to get, and bless him for this as well. So he got offered 24 million.
Bless him. Baddest man on the planet.
Yeah. But he seems like a really nice guy as well.
Yeah, he does. He does come across like a nice bloke.
So he shut down, or he walked away from $24 million.
Yeah.
So 8 million a fight. But because he wanted, he said a few, what's the right word? He wanted a few like things back, compensation back. Or
clauses.
he wanted 3 clauses or negotiate. He was trying he was trying to negotiate for a UFC fighter to be on the board of the UFC.
Yeah,
because they're not really looked after.
They're not well represented.
No, he wanted healthcare for like all private healthcare for all the UFC or health insurance.
Yeah.
Not just himself. So we're not even talking about his health.
Mental.
Yeah,
for fighters.
Yeah,
fighters. And think about how many people are in the UFC and they don't have health insurance.
Well, he was saying, they was like, oh, you can pay for your own health. So he goes, yeah, I can, but we're talking about the fight. I'm like, I've been there where you only make 10 grand a fight, and then you obviously got to get rid of 30% with tax and
pay your coaches.
Yeah, so he's basically just trying to look out for everyone else. Said he wants someone on the board to look say looking after fighters' rights. He wanted private healthcare or health insurance for every fighter. And what else did he say? He said what else did he say?
He wanted there was another thing in his contract, something about the contract length or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was free. Yeah, free. He wanted 3 fights basically.
Yeah, but he wanted 2 of those fights to be against Jones, didn't he?
Yeah, so and Dana White was going on like, oh no, he doesn't want to fight Jones and he wants lesser fights, but that don't make any sense because Ariel Wan, who's obviously the GOAT of the reporting in the UFC,
yeah, like punditry, MMA punditry world.
Yeah, Ngannou's come out openly and offered Tyson Fury up for a fight.
Ridiculous.
Who's like the GOAT of boxing. Yeah. So what that don't make any sense that you don't want to fight anyone lesser, because Ngannou going there is a massive underdog.
It's Ngannou.
Yeah.
Ngannou's not scared of anyone.
No, but
he fought fucking Cyril Gane.
Yeah.
With literally no knee ligaments.
Yeah, he had no LCL.
He had no LCL. And he was getting heel hooked against a guy who submitted people with heel hooks in previous fights. And he was like, yeah, I don't care. I've got no LCL. I'm going to fight
he's
him
got ungodly power, this geezer.
He's not afraid.
Yeah.
Everyone's scared of him.
Yeah.
He's not going to be afraid.
But yeah, his main thing was saying it wasn't him about not wanting to fight people. He wanted to fight Jones, who's obviously the scariest bloke in the UFC, apart from Francis Ngannou.
Yeah.
And never lost.
Also not tested at heavyweight.
Nah, never.
He was a light heavyweight for all these years. He's never been tested at heavyweight. He's made this jump. It's a big step, mate. When someone who's, what's a light heavyweight? 205?
I think it's 215.
215.
Yeah, light heavyweight.
In the head. And then someone who's 270 punching you in the head.
Yeah, exactly. And they blow up anyway.
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty sure Ngannou would be like 270, 280, maybe 300.
Yeah, I think they've got a cut to 265 actually.
Yeah.
To make weight.
They'd definitely put 30 pounds on.
Heavyweights make weight. Heavyweights cut.
Yeah.
Tai Tuivasa said it. Tai Tuivasa said that he cuts weight to reach the bracket and then puts it back on before fight day.
Mental.
Mad. So for him to say that, for all of this to come out about, he's scared or he's running for an easy opportunity.
Yeah, Dana White's just pissed, I think. He's obviously just pissed.
Ngannou's like, you say, levying for, is that the right word?
Yeah.
He's like...
He just wants fighters' rights.
Yeah, exactly that.
Or have more rights.
Exactly
I think it was more pay and for the general fighters, private healthcare, private insurance, health insurance for the fighters over there. And it was to have fighters on the board.
Yeah.
And he was like, look, I don't even expect all of them because I'm asking a lot there, but apparently they just didn't compromise on any of them.
No.
And he was like, oh, fuck you, I'm leaving it away then.
Do you think that there's some coincidence about this coming out with Ngannou, this whole sort of drama about, he's rejecting his contract offer and all this sort of stuff, and then the announcement of Jon Jones versus Cyril Gane?
Well, no, because
Cyril Gane, can someone correct me?
Cyril Gane, I think.
Gane?
Yeah, it's Gane, yeah. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know. Well, I think like he was a free agent. They definitely wanted to line that fight up. Like that is the biggest. If Jones fought, Ngannou and Jones was a fight, that would be the biggest fight in UFC history.
Without a doubt. Yeah.
Jones, the GOAT. Like when Jon Jones is involved in the UFC, there's a lot of different aura around it.
Yeah.
Like you think, oh, Conor McGregor. No. Jones is the GOAT.
Jones is
wherever you put it.
The talent.
Yeah. He was world champion light heavyweight at the age of 21.
Yeah.
He was choking out black belts. Lyoto Machida, not Machida. Is it Machida?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
choked Machida unconscious.
Yeah, standing guillotine.
Yeah, exactly. Who's considered another one of the heroes.
Even just like taking down people like Daniel Cormier. Yeah. That DC, was he a gold medalist in the Olympics? Pretty sure he was.
Pretty sure he was.
Yeah, all American, like the nuts of the wrestling world. He's known as like the GOAT wrestler, UFC, MMA. Jon Jones, fight number 1, was taking him down.
Yeah.
And then fight number 2 just obviously obliterated him.
And snuffing his takedowns as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Takedown defense.
Yeah.
Like,
That's what I'm saying.
joke.
The bloke's a freak. Like, there's a couple like, who was the recent fight that, I think it was his last fight that was like, could have gone there either way on points.
That was Dominic Reyes.
Yeah.
Dominic Reyes.
But then everyone who fights Jones after just goes to shit.
Yeah.
Like, literally, like, the only tough fight Jones really, really had was Gustafsson 1. Was one of the best. If you haven't seen that, Jon Jones versus Alexander Gustafsson, number 1, is probably one of the iconic fights in UFC.
Huge fight. That was unreal.
Another thing about this freak as well, he's a degenerate. Like, he goes out on benders for like for a week, the week before, just in case he loses. He'd be like, I got fucked up last weekend.
Yeah. But DC brought that to one of the press conferences as his like trash talk, didn't he?
Yeah, he was just like, a junkie.
He goes, I might look like a crackhead, but I'm not actually a crackhead.
Yeah.
And Jones was like, I was on coke that week and I beat you.
Yeah, he goes, I beat you on cocaine.
It's fucking mental. Like, he goes on full benders.
Yeah.
Before fight.
And apparently the only one he didn't was Gustafsson 1, where it was a 5-round war.
Yeah.
Like, close as well.
Got
cut. Yeah, that was one of the best fights ever. But then apparently the next fight, you watch Gustafsson and he just smokes him.
Yeah.
Like, just smokes
him.
Different level.
He probably went out.
Jones is back and he's a scary motherfucker and he's a GOAT.
Yeah.
Even though he's an arsehole, narcissist, runs people over, he's always got something going on. Coke. I think he got busted for weed. That was back in the day. Yeah. Hit and run.
Didn't he hit his wife or something?
Yeah. Domestic abuse, for all his flaws, but in the MMA world, he's the GOAT.
I was going to say, from like a talent perspective and as a fighter.
Yeah, he's the GOAT.
Unbelievable, man.
Yeah.
But he's also, didn't he get done for I think he got done for PEDs or something at some point.
I'm pretty sure he got done for roids.
No, I don't think it was roids. I might be
Something
wrong.
similar.
I might be wrong.
To be fair,
he got done for a PED and it was like one of these things that you can get in a, don't get me wrong, they're all at it.
Yeah, I think most creatine's got some steroids in it, I'm pretty sure.
It's got some tested thing for...
Yeah, if you look at USADA, which is the UFC's anti-doping agency, I think like the list of, like, you just go to like your supplement shop, they've got like thousands and thousands of supplements that are on the ban list.
Yeah.
Like some protein.
Like in the inhalers. There's some stuff in the inhalers which are...
That's pretty fucked.
PEDs,
But, and he's looking jacked at the moment as well.
I think he looks too heavy.
Mate, he looks big. Like, he's been lifting.
I think he looks too heavy though. Like, he looks... He just, when someone gets a bit like heavy.
Yeah.
I know he's he's a unit, he's an athlete, don't get me wrong.
I think, he's a fucking lump at the moment. But
it'd be interesting to see how he goes cardio-wise.
Yeah, because Cyril Gane, for those who don't know, he fought Ngannou last for a heavyweight title match. Obviously, come up short on that. But he's a heavyweight, but he moves like fucking like a lightweight. Like, he's on his toes, in and out, quick, and his pace is a joke. Like the fight with Tai Tuivasa, the bloke didn't stop bouncing around, even though he got rocked, but then regained straight away, recovered straight away, in and out all the time. Literally, like Muhammad Ali, floats like a butterfly.
Yeah, bring that same point up again. In the heavyweights, you get hit by any of them heavyweights. Yeah. Even if you are a heavyweight,
Ty rocked him.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You get hit by a heavyweight, it's gonna fucking hurt. You're gonna get rocked. Like, Ty said that on his last fight as well. He was like, because he got beat by like an upcoming Russian. I can't remember who it was, Pevlov, I think. And he was like, he hit me first. Like, he got me with a big shot first, and in the heavyweight game, that's it. I mean,
Tai Tuivasa versus Derek Lewis.
Yeah.
Just fucking bombs.
Yeah, exactly. And if you get hit with a couple, that's it.
Even even a jab will fucking rock some people.
Yeah.
It'd knock me out.
Fucking, for sure.
But yeah, that's actually a really interesting fight because Jones is very light on his feet as well. So him versus Gane I think that's a great matchup.
I really like Cyril Gane as well.
I think he's good.
Yeah, he's a fucking quality fighter. Short career. What's he had? 10 fights now?
Yeah.
10, 11 fights, something like that.
Only lost one, pretty sure.
Yeah, I lost one to Ngannou, that was it.
Yeah.
And like he comes across as a sound bloke as well, you know, like
sick as well. Like the way
kickboxing background.
Yeah, it's very kickboxy, like in and out, like Michael Van and Pagey, innit?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Well, kickboxy, karate, in and out, sort of taekwondo point style fighting.
But fucking 17 stone. Or whatever.
Yeah, and he weighs like a brick shit house.
Yeah.
And hits like one as well. Like the way he beat Ty as well, just constant body kicks and just winding him. Like he's so smart.
I thought he looked a little bit cautious against Ngannou.
Yeah, obviously. Ngannou's got a fucking nuke on his hand. Like iconic fucking photo of him knocking out Alistair over him. You know, he lifts Alistair over off the fucking knocks it uppercut from hell. Yeah, the uppercut from hell. Yeah.
Is that one that split his lip? You seen that over him split?
Oh, that was a different fight.
Was it?
But yeah, Ngannou was the uppercut from hell, knocked him out. I'm pretty sure his feet lifted off the ground.
Man on a mission.
Fuck.
Man on a mission.
We'll have to get them photos up because they're fucking. If you haven't seen these photos, they're fucking mental.
Oh, savage.
Unreal. Yeah, so we got fucking that coming. Jones, Cyril Gane. That's in March. Pretty sure before the London card, which we're going to.
Yes.
Unreal. Watch my boy Nathaniel Wood.
Yes. Cheers, brother.
Cheers, son.
Didn't reply to my message, but thanks.
And then, but yeah, we got that. But before that, we've got this weekend coming up.
This weekend's a big one. It's huge. It's a little bit understated, I think. It's not really been talked about too much.
No. Well, this is the thing. If you live in England, we don't really get, unless you're in this sort of world or like you really like the MMA or UFC, you're obviously not waiting up till 5 a.m. to watch the fights. So you have to watch it next day.
Yeah.
But this fight, this card this weekend is in Rio, UFC 283.
UFC 283, Rio de Janeiro.
Fucking unbelievable.
Insane card.
Starting with we're looking at the main card, the top 3 fights. We got Gilbert Burns, absolute savage.
Yeah.
Multiple times Brazilian world champ, jiu-jitsu champ, pretty sure in the gi and no gi. Had wars for days.
Yeah.
Title contender. And then Neil Magny, who's got the most welterweight wins.
Yeah.
Ever.
Don't get me wrong.
In UFC.
Not a great record.
No, it's not.
Like, as in, like, his wins, losses. I think he's 25 and 10 or 27 and 10, something like that.
Yeah, 27-10. 27-10. But I think it's over the last years he's been like, he's on the rally.
Obviously no disrespect, you know what I mean? 27 wins of winning is welterweight that there has ever been.
Yeah,
I'm not like downplaying it, but
yeah, it's hard in MMA because like there's so many ways to lose and so many ways to win. Yeah. Like it's not like boxing where you're like the boxers. I'm giving you like not boxers, but the promotions are fucking pony. Like I hate boxing promotions. Yeah, like they care about the O too much. Like the fights you want to see. Like who was the recent fight? We was trying to get Joshua and Fury. Yeah. That fight should have been happening about 4 years ago.
Easy.
What are you on about, brothers?
Easy. It should have been after he fucking
it's
beat
bollocks.
Klitschko.
They're either too greedy or shit themselves that the loss hangs over them too much. Like this is why MMA is so good, and UFC in particular. Other promotions do it as well, but UFC is more well known. Yeah. If fucking we want to see two people fight, like it's like gladiators. Like the people get what they want.
Like,
Nate Diaz and Jorge Masvidal.
Yeah.
Had no business fighting with each other, but people wanted to fucking see who's the baddest motherfucker.
Yeah. Oh, well, Nate Diaz, Conor McGregor.
Exactly, yeah.
As well. Conor McGregor got called out by Nate Diaz. Exactly. I want to fight your fucking ass. Yeah. So they fought.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Unreal.
Other than Khabib, no one else really, off the top of my head, like significant, has got an undefeated record.
Nah. Not battle tested. Definitely.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like battle hardened. Like fucking.
Yeah, Habib's the goat, isn't he? Was 29-0. Ridiculous. Get to the 30. Get to the come.
Yeah, no, but fair play.
Yeah.
But anyways, going back to this matchup, Gilbert Burns, Neil Magny.
Great fight, I think.
Great
predictions for this fight.
Predictions. Let's break it down first.
All right.
Because I love Gilbert Burns.
Yeah,
I think Gilbert Burns is a fucking savage. I watch all the embeddeds and that sort of stuff, and I've seen the way he trains. A real nice, like, family guy as well. Always got a smile on his face. Has been a fucking bad boy in jiu-jitsu as well, like 4 times world champ at jiu-jitsu or something.
Yeah, I think he's multiple world champs.
Maybe not 4, but yeah. Love him. That fight he had with what's his name? Kamayev.
Hamzat
Chimaev.
Put some respect on his name, please, sir.
Sorry. Hamzat Chimaev, the Wolf.
That was a joke.
One of the best fights I've seen like in recent history. Unfucking believable.
I don't care. I kill everybody.
I am hurting now. I like it. Like, it was fucking savagery.
Mate,
Love Gilbert
over
Burns.
the last 3 years, Gilbert Burns has had savage fights.
Yeah.
So from 2020, he beat Tyron Woodley, decision.
Mad.
Knocked out TKO'd Damian Maia.
Big.
2021. Beat Stephen Thompson, decision.
Wonder Boy.
Yeah, Wonder Boy, who's obviously he's a bit of a G. And then he has a title fight with Usman. That was a great fight. He rocked Usman in that fucking fight as well.
Great fight. And to see him crying at the end as well was fucking
then he got
sad.
finished in round 3, which is pretty long. But that's like, he's fighting top heap. And then last year fights Hamzat, who's a fucking scary he's probably the scariest bloke in UFC.
That goes back to what you were saying about you want to see 2 people fight, they'll fight.
Isn't
You
it?
know what I mean? Like Gilbert was like, yeah, fine, I'll fight him.
Yeah, Hamzat wasn't even top 10.
No.
I'm pretty sure.
Gilbert
Or he
was
was like,
like top 3.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
His last fight was for the title, and he'd go, yeah, I'll fight Hamzat.
Yeah.
Doesn't care. He'll fight anybody.
Yeah.
Unreal.
But he's got a test here against Neil Magny. I know he's coming, like, you know, people were saying that he's a little bit of a set-up fight to get him back to winning ways. And
Yeah, he's trying to get a title.
Which I get. Do you know what I mean? Because you got to protect those big names because they're crowd pleasers. But Neil Magny is not a joke.
And also, he's got most wins in what weight?
Yeah,
Like he's beat GSP.
Has he?
Yeah, GSP.
know
Yeah,
that.
yeah. So he's if he's GSP at 26,
Fuck.
I'm pretty sure. At
Oh,
weight.
sorry, my bad. I thought you were saying that he beat GSP.
Oh no, for the most wins.
Yeah. Like I said earlier, obviously, 27-10. It's not the best record. It's not like it's not outstanding, but 27 wins at welterweight. It's pretty serious.
Well, Gilbert Burns is 20-5,
Yeah,
so not terribly far off each other.
yeah, that's true. That's true.
Not terribly far off. But that's the thing with MMA. You will get more like the records don't really reflect the fights.
No, or
Like,
don't
if you put in boxing like 10-4, you'd be like, oh, this guy's shit. But it's no, because boxing, if you go on like Sky Bet, when you're watching a boxing fight, it'd be like a 1 to 20 favourite or fighting a 50 to 1. Like the odds are a joke. Like basically they just give them, all they do is just constantly feed fighters shit fighters.
Yeah.
Like you go UFC, unless it's like someone like fucking like Jon Jones versus like fucking number 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Or someone like Habib or something who's just a fucking magician.
Always going to win.
GOAT. Like the odds are going to be pretty even sometimes. Like, do you know what I mean? So like the fights are more even.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 100%.
But yeah,
like you say,
fuck boxing. I like boxing as a sport, but
boxing.
not watching it. The promotion's shit. Like
I like watching boxing as a sport, but it's dying.
Yeah,
it's dying.
Someone said Eubank's fighting this weekend. I didn't have a clue. They just don't promote it.
It's not because it's not that exciting because they haven't got cards.
Yeah,
they've got one big fight,
mate. That's the thing. Like you watch, like what was the most recent big boxing fight on that we all watched? It was like
Devin Haney,
huh?
Devin Haney, or was it a Fury fight?
Might have been a Fury fight, or it might have been. I tell you, Chisora, was it?
Yeah, Fury Chisora.
Yeah,
most recent one.
That was it. It was that fight.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Sweet. Yeah. It was decent. Yeah. All right. It wasn't even that decent. It was like
you watch it because it's Fury though.
Yeah. That's
you're not watching it because the
You
undercard.
don't know the undercard. You don't have a clue what's going on. And then, everyone was like, "Oh yeah, it was a good fight, but you could have finished him earlier." I'm pretty sure the weekend that UFC the weekend there was like 7 knockouts in the first round.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Like the entertainment value between the boxing promotions, like that's your card for the night. Boxing.
Yeah.
You have 1 or 2 decent fights. Yeah, great.
Yeah.
MMA, UFC, I'm biased obviously, but you'll have knockouts and fucking bloodbaths for fun.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
the chick fights are fucking unbelievable.
And you see different styles going up against
Yeah.
it, which is interesting.
Yeah.
Whereas you might get a southpaw and orthodox boxing.
Yeah.
It's not that. I love boxing and I grew up boxing stuff as well. So I do love it as a sport.
Yeah.
But I love to watch. Like I went and watched Devin Haney versus George Kambosos in Melbourne. Went down to the Marble Stadium there and watched it. It was fucking sick. The atmosphere wasn't that great. for any time before the actual main fight.
This is what I'm saying. Yeah.
I mean, there was like people weren't interested.
No.
Because it's
no one knows the fighters.
And it's just a dying art. I think
it's
a dying, and I do love it. I want it to do well, but you can't compete with UFC because you've got all these different styles coming in, all this different like sort of like gladiatorial like
that's what it is
energy into it as well.
Because it's gladiator shit.
People want to see people go 5 minutes. Is a fucking long time for one round to be in a ring just banging each other up because people do that. You watch people like Chandler and Gaethje, they'll just go in there and just bang each other.
Yeah, innit?
They'll just smack each other up for 5 minutes. 3 rounds, 5 minutes, bang each other up. That's unreal.
Yeah.
No one wants to sit there for 35 minutes watching like a slow-paced boxing fight.
And then like, what, 3 minute rounds, they just get going towards the end. You're like, yeah, go for it. And then like, oh, ding, ding. I'm like, fucking cunts. Like, does my head in.
Yeah.
And they're mad tactical about it as well. Like, well, not tactical. I know you probably got to be fighting a long fight, but it's like they just save it for like you'll watch 20 minutes of a boxing fight, and then it's only like the last 5 minutes you get a bit of action.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's my rant stopped on boxing.
Yeah.
Do like it, don't like watching it.
Yeah.
So yeah, you got Gilbert Burns, Neil Magny. Great fight. Co-main event.
Wait.
Go on. Oh, prediction.
Gilbert Burns, Neil Magny, prediction.
I like Gilbert Burns. I like Neil Magny. I'm not like a massive dick riding fan of him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Burns with this one, and I want to go Burns. I think he's gonna go for the kill. So even though his groundwork is submission and groundwork is a lot better than Neil Magny's.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Gilbert Burns TKO KO.
Okay.
Yourself, what's your prediction? You can side with me, or you don't have to go the opposite.
I want to go opposite, but I can't.
I don't really see him beating him.
I can't see him beating him.
No.
He's no joke.
Neil Magny's hands are good.
Yeah, that's what I mean. His striking's good, but if it goes to the ground, I think like Magny's jiu-jitsu's all right, his wrestling's all right, but Gilbert Burns is a better.
He's got fucking granite as his fucking fist. Do you know what I mean?
I reckon I'm gonna go Gilbert Burns, but I'm gonna say decision. It's gonna be over 3 rounds, and it will just be because
I think this is 3-round fight.
Yeah,
decision.
Yeah,
sweet.
Decision. Right. You know, unanimous. I'm gonna go unanimous decision. Gilbert Burns.
All right, sweet. I'm going TKO. I'm going for the finish.
Yeah.
Next fight. This fight is the most fucking exciting fight for me on the whole card. I don't know why this ain't main event.
Don't know why this isn't main event.
Probably because it's happened 3 times before.
Yeah.
So this is the first ever. I think they called it a quadrilogy. Quadrilogy?
Quadrilogy, yeah.
Yeah, which is a mad word anyway.
Yeah.
So first time ever in UFC history is 4 fights. Yeah. Davison Figueiredo versus Brandon Moreno. If you've
Brazil
seen
versus Mexico,
that's got to be the best trilogy of fights ever.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Beats the McGregors, 100%. Because
is it a trilogy?
They did do a trilogy. Yeah.
Oh, Dustin Poirier.
Yeah. No,
yeah, it was a trilogy.
Nate Diaz.
No, there's only had 2.
Oh, 2.
Yeah.
Oh, I just better shut the fuck up then. Well,
Poirier, he's had 3 with Poirier though.
No, he hasn't. Yeah, he has.
Yeah, he has.
Sorry. So it beats that by a country mile. Yeah. That trilogy. So Davison Figueiredo, Brazilian, was the champ
for a long time.
Brandon Moreno, who was a young Mexican kid, I think they was fighting on the same night. They was on the same card initially. Mexico versus Brazil. Yeah. Anyway, Brandon Moreno fights Davison Figueiredo, first fight, and it was no one really heard about Brandon Moreno before.
Yeah.
He's only been in the UFC a little bit. And that fight, we watched it in Tea Gardens, Sydney. I remember that.
Yeah.
And the fight was fucking unbelievable. It was unreal. Back and forth. Unbelievable shit. Like,
no one expected it from Moreno.
Not at all. The gas tank on him was a joke.
Was it a 5-rounder, that first fight?
Yeah, 5 rounds.
It was for the title,
yeah.
Right?
And they went for, so that it was a draw for the first fight.
Yeah.
So you're like, fuck, let's get this second one in. Yeah. I think it was like 6 months later or 5 months later.
Yeah, which they didn't fight anyone in between.
Nah.
Yeah.
They have another barn buster, or barn burner, sorry.
Yeah.
And then fucking Brandon Moreno gets a submission on Figueiredo. First Mexican champion ever.
Rear naked in, didn't he?
Well emotional, crying.
Yeah.
I think I had a little tear.
Yeah.
It was fucking unbelievable.
Probably.
And a couple of beers, yeah. But first Mexican champion ever.
Yeah.
Then they have number 3.
Proper like nerd, nice guy as well.
No, he looks like a nerd. Yeah.
He is. He loves like his cartoons and his anime and like
ridiculous.
All this sort of stuff. He got his comic book collection.
Yeah, it's mad.
Yeah.
And he's called the assassin or babyface? Baby assassin.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. So it's a draw. Moreno has the win, has the belt. submitted him as well, which is mad.
Yeah.
Submission's mad.
What's his name? Figueiredo, sorry.
Yeah.
Has like been at the top dog for a while.
Yeah, he was great.
He was like solidified in that position.
Yeah, he was great.
As the best.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He was the best flyweight.
They have the trilogy. Very, very fucking tough fight, close fight. Figueiredo beats him on points, which is fucking really. It was tight.
It was tight.
Yeah, it could have gone either way.
Yeah, I can't argue with it.
Nah, but it was close.
Was tight.
So it's obviously it's a one apiece and a draw. So like for some people, like 4 fights. I'm like, nah, bring on that fucking full fight because that is unreal.
Yeah,
And
I'm excited for this fight.
Yeah, it's fucking unreal.
Because I've not seen Figueiredo fight since.
Oh, he hasn't.
He hasn't fought since.
But Brandon Moreno did.
Moreno fought Kai Kara France, who is at CKB, same camp as Adesanya, and Dan
Bradell, in them boys, City Kickboxing in New Zealand.
Yeah, they fight out of Auckland. Bad gym. Volkanovski goes over there and trains and stuff as well. Like they're a good. They call it the Goat House, don't they?
Yeah,
like over there. And Kai Kara France is a fucking he's a dangerous little fighter as well, like scary little dude. And I think he did rock Moreno like a Moreno had a big cut under his eye.
Big cut.
Yeah,
but Moreno didn't have to fight him.
No. He just fights because he loves to fight.
Yeah, and he was like, I want to keep active. I don't want to just fucking because that was what it was. It was for the interim belt. So Figueiredo had the belt, and apparently he was like dancing around saying he's got an injury, like had to postpone. And then Moreno was like, fuck this, I'll fight for the interim, I'll get the interim belt, then I'll make this cunt fight me.
Yeah. Yeah, which is mad.
Yeah.
Because Kai Kara France was on the up as well. Like he beat another big name. Was it Cody
Garbrandt? Yeah, he did.
Yes, he did.
He did beat Cody
knocked him out.
Yeah. And that was a great fight as well.
That was. There was someone else as well. Get it up, please.
Yep.
Kai Kara France beat someone else as well, and it was like, fucking hell, do you know what? This guy's the real deal. Like, he's stopping people. And he's fucking like making a show. So it was against Moreno. It was a bit like this could be a big fight. This could be a real good fight.
Oh, 100%.
And then I think Moreno stopped him, got him with a liver shot, a liver kick or something.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, the body kick. He put or it was either a punch, I think, to the body, dropped him on the floor, then just finished him TKO.
Yeah, just went to town on him.
But yeah, Brandon Moreno he's fucking unbelievable.
Yeah,
like.
Mad heart.
Yeah. Well, you see how emotional he was when he won that belt. Like, first Mexican champ in the UFC ever. Like, that's fucking mental.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
And then so this is like, they've got their own legacy. This is like the fight.
Yeah.
Brazil versus Mexico.
And to have it down in Brazil.
Yeah, it's in Rio de Janeiro. You're in Brazil.
Yeah.
Like, that's
City of God.
Fucks, isn't it?
Yeah. Mate, that's going to be fucking sick.
Predictions.
Tough one. That's a tough one.
I
reckon.
Don't forget as well, this is what I'm sort of leaning towards, to interrupt. Yeah. He's 29. Figueiredo, I'm pretty sure, is mid-30s now. 35. He's 35.
Yeah.
29 and 35. But Figueiredo's
hometown advantage does count for a lot.
That's
Brazil.
Brazil would be mental.
Yeah, they're passionate people, man.
Yeah, they
passionate people.
Yeah, they're the home of the UFC. Shooter box.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. The Gracies, the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
I was going to say, come from Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah, but then some Mexicans at home, like, they love fucking fighting them cunts.
They love fighting, but they're not necessarily, like, known for their MMA skills.
Well, no, but fighting, they're both...
They're savages, they're scrappers. Predictions for me, I think I'm going to go Moreno on this.
Yeah.
I feel like he wants it more. He's got that in his head about being champ, I think.
He's also finished him.
Yeah.
So, like, he got the sub. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And when you're a bit older, the weight cut takes its toll a bit more, I think.
Yeah.
Those weight cuts are fucking tough. At that weight, they're tough, man. They're tough.
So what are you going to go then?
I'm going to go Brandon Moreno, and I reckon late stoppage.
Late stoppage?
I reckon he's going to finish him late, maybe like the 5th round or
really?
something.
Oh, interesting.
I'd probably go for a TKO over a submission.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say Brandon Moreno, 5th round, TKO.
I want to go back to this. I'm going to have Brandon Moreno submission.
What?
I'm going to go Brandon Moreno.
Yeah.
It's a win via submission. Yeah, I'm going to go back for that.
What, early?
Let's spitball it. I'm going to go for like around 3 or 4.
Ooh.
Yeah, like mid.
Okay, subbing him, yeah?
Yeah, I think he's going to sub him.
Yeah, okay.
Again. But we want a barn burner, don't we?
Yeah,
We
I want them to
rock and
slog.
sock and robots.
Yeah.
5 rounds.
I want head kicks. I
Yeah,
want
but we want to
elbows.
finish.
I want cuts. And I want
that'd be
I want the
unbelievable.
whole, like, you know, licking blood off their gloves and, like, beating their chest and stuff.
Unreal.
It's unreal.
Yeah,
Did you see that with BJ Penn? BJ Penn was the one that did that.
Yeah.
Fucking savage. You love it.
No, I remember. So Luke Rockhold's recent fight. Was it Luke Rockhold?
It was.
Was it? Yeah, it was Luke Rockhold. Was it Luke Rockhold?
Against Paulo Costa, rubbing the blood in his
Yeah,
face.
that was it. Yeah, so like he was like fucking licking the guy's blood, wasn't he? Yeah, that's mad, isn't
You
it?
see that with Michael Chandler against Chandler against
Tony Ferguson.
Dustin Poirier, where he was like spitting blood on him in that as well.
Oh yeah,
See
remember,
that
yeah, he went. Yeah, that's mad.
Yeah, and Poirier was like that. Man, this guy's a dirtbag, man.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
Louisiana swamp
Chandler's a
trash.
fucking G.
Yeah, I love him.
So that was the main event. We have Glover Teixeira versus Jamal Hill.
Not mad infused by this fight.
You know what? I sort of am.
Yeah?
Yeah, but Glover Teixeira, what is he? Fucking 40 something?
105?
Yeah. Been in the UFC for a time.
He's as old as Dana White.
Well, you got to put some respect on his name. It's fucking.
Without doubt, his record is mad.
Oh, yeah, what is it? It's 33 and 8. But at the age of like mid 40s, I'm pretty sure it's 44. Yeah, no, 43 it was. He won the title.
He's 43.
He's 43 years old. And Jamal Hill's like, is 31.
Yeah, that's mad.
Yeah, so Glover Teixeira recently won the title off Yuri,
Prohashka.
Yeah, Prohashka.
Nah.
Prohashka. He did. He won the title off him. He said,
Prohashka beat Teixeira.
oh, sorry. Yuri beat him, submitted him.
Vacated.
Yeah, that's what it was. Glover beat Jan Blachowicz and submitted him at the age of 43,
To get the
which
title,
is
yeah.
fucking mental. Then he has a sick fight that he was winning with Yuri, the Czech guy.
Yeah.
Rocked him, but then I'm pretty sure he went for a guillotine or went to a shoot, and then like he hit,
Went to try and he had the guillotine in, I think.
Yeah.
Went to try and jump on it.
and then just slipped out, and then that's what gave his back. It gave his back, and he just got fucking submitted.
Yeah.
Like
But that was another war.
it was a war. But he made one vital mistake and then lost the title of that. But then the age of 43, I was watching him embedded. He looks fucking good.
Yeah,
like,
he looks lighter, doesn't
mate.
he?
Yeah, Jamal Hill looks a bit
leaner.
fluffy as well. Like,
He's always been a bit like that.
yeah, he's got great hands, but I'm going Glover all day on this
The
one.
thing with the Teixeira thing as well is that Prohashka is a fucking... Sorry, my dog's making loads of noise, down
just
Is
farted,
a
I think.
fucking lunatic, that Prohashka.
Yeah, he is.
Like, what do they call him, the samurai or something? He's a fucking nutter.
no, he's a mad guy.
And his skills are elite. Like, he is so good.
But he rocked
So
him bad.
good.
Like,
Yeah.
he rocked him bad. Like,
Like
Glover was
Teixeira
winning.
beating him. Glover was beating him.
Glover was winning that fight.
Yeah.
But he just made one. He rocked him and then shot for a takedown, then tried to get him. Obviously, yeah, we're not fucking world class fighters, but just keep standing banging and put the geezer on his ass.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly that. When you got him. Like, you know you got
But obviously,
him.
you must
Everyone
be
knew you got him.
fucking exhausted as well.
Very different when you're in there, isn't it?
Yeah.
But the thing that
I would
Teixeira's...
know.
Huh?
I would know.
Yeah, innit? Yeah, 3-0.
Amateur 3-0.
3-0. I don't know if we mentioned it yet. But yeah, that Prohashka had to pull out of this fight. So this was supposed to be...
Yeah, it was
them
an
two.
injury. Yeah, it was supposed to be a rematch, wasn't it?
Like, his injury was his shoulder, right? And it was brutal. Like, he tore all of it.
Oh, did he?
Like, all of the ligaments in his
What,
shoulder.
in the Glover fight?
No, he did it in training, right? Apparently he dislocated his shoulder in training, sparring or wherever it was, and then someone at the gym tried to put it back in. And they put it back in and apparently trapped ligaments. I might be chatting shit here,
my
but this is what I
God.
heard.
Really?
They put it back in and they, like, fucked him up.
Oh my
I'm sure that
God.
Dana White was talking about this on Paddy Pimblett's podcast.
Oh, really?
Paddy the Paddy? Yeah, they tried to put it back in the gym and they fucked it up big time and he had to have full reconstructive surgery.
Fucking
Like,
hell.
bad. But yeah, so that's why Jamal Hill has stepped in.
Yep. And this is for this Glover Teixeira fight is for the vacant title.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
Prohashka had to vacate.
Yeah, so this is for back for the title shot,
Yeah.
vacant, and then light heavyweight. Oh, I don't know where the rematch is going to be, but probably. Well, sorry for who's going to fight for the next fight, but
Well, whoever wins this versus Prohashka, surely.
yeah, if his surgery comes back,
Yeah, depending on how his recovery is. What are your predictions for this fight?
I'm going Glover,
Yeah.
and Yeah, I think Jamal Hill's grappling is nowhere near. His striking is fucking good. Like, his striking knockout of Johnny Walker was fucking ungodly.
He's got hands. He hit bombs.
I'm pretty sure out of the 11 fights he's had, he's finished most of his fights. Like fights. Knocked out. So Jamal Hill TKO'd Johnny Walker, knocked out Johnny Walker. I'm pretty sure he hit him on the forehead and he like fell over like a plank of wood.
Yeah, literally.
Seesaw, wasn't it? Fell forward, then fell back.
Legs just stiffened up. Boom.
Mental. Finishes Thiago Santos, which is mental.
Who's a big boy as well.
Lump. Finishes Paul Craig.
No.
He does. Oh, no, sorry. No. Completely wrong. He knocked out Jimmy Crute.
Who again, Jimmy Crute, fucking good
Aussie
upcoming
geezer,
fighter, Aussie fella.
Yeah.
Good striking
Scrapper.
on him. Like, yeah.
He got brutally armbarred by Paul Craig.
Paul Craig was mad. They call him the bear. He calls himself the Bear Jew.
The Bear Jew. And I will get him 100 neds and scouts.
Knocks him out the park with that one.
That's an unreal film, too.
That's a great film. But Paul Craig, like mad jiu-jitsu, which kind of plays into your cards there, saying that like Jamal Hill's jiu-jitsu is not up to scratch. Because Paul Craig pulled guard. Paul guard got him in a fucking triangle.
No, it was an armbar, wasn't it, in the end? But I think he had the triangle.
He had the triangle.
But then he went straight and then attacked the arm.
But
he had it under his armpit.
Snapped his arm.
Yeah, that was brutal, bro.
Fully dislocated him. And was then raining down elbows or shots.
Yeah, that was it, yeah. Broke his arm and then just elbowed him.
He couldn't defend himself because his arm was just flops.
Yeah.
Just full flopsy Ojo. It was mad. And then, and he was just sat there. Jamal Hill was just sat there at the end of the fight, like.
Yeah, fucked. Yeah.
Like, didn't even flinch.
But then he's been on the up and coming. And then since that fight, Paul Craig, I think the other fight
his only loss, I think.
Was that was 11-1.
Yeah.
And then Paul Craig, what was it? Last UFC London, just tried to pull guard for fucking 15 minutes.
Dickhead. Scottish as well, so I'm supposed to be on his team, but dickhead.
But yeah, as going back to that, Glover's grappling is a lot better than, I'm going to assume is a lot better than Paul Craig's. His jiu-jitsu and his wrestling is going to be a lot better.
I think it's
and plus he fucking hits harder as well.
I don't know if it's
I think Glover. I think it would. I think he'd sub him.
You reckon he'd sub Paul Craig?
I think so. But I'd put money on Glover, even being an old boy.
I'd put money on Paul Craig to sub him. If it was just jits. Just jits.
Well, I'm pretty
Glover's wrestling's fucking outstanding, and his jits is, don't get me wrong, his jits is unreal.
Really? Well, we watched, there was a Paharis, which is a UK, pretty sure the UK, they are, jiu-jitsu promotion. That a bloke local to us, he's like up and coming, very good. A bloke called Jed Hugh. He done a match with Paul Craig.
Yeah.
It's on Polaris is on UFC Fight Pass.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm pretty sure he heel hooked him in like fucking like a minute. Like
really?
Like, so it ain't like that fucking great.
Okay, maybe it's just because we don't see it that
and
much.
And this Jed guy's good. Like he's good. Like he's good.
Yeah.
But like you think Paul's got fucking sick jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
For UFC and MMA probably, yeah.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's just we're seeing Paul guard a lot.
Yeah, I'm gonna have definitely Glover this fight. Yeah. You got to root for him as well. He's like 43.
Oh yeah,
you're rooting for him. It's in Rio as well. Same thing. Home ground advantage. And I want to go submission.
Submission, yeah.
Or it's hard. Submission or like on the ground TKO.
Okay, yeah, I know what you mean. So takes him down and just
just mauls him. Yeah.
I'm gonna go Jamal Hill.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Jamal Hill on this one. I reckon his hands are gonna be too good and his youth's gonna like pay dividends for him. I reckon he's gonna come out there with a lot of energy, throw hands, snuff a lot.
Well, that's what it is. That's what it is. Hands.
Mate, there's no way that this camp hasn't been wrestling and takedown defense.
Well, I was watching that embedded, and it looked like all right. Like I know you only get a snippet of it, but like
he ain't gonna be that good. He's never really done it.
But do you know who Glover fucking brought in? Who trains with?
Pereira.
Alex Pereira, who's the middleweight champion.
Yeah, recently beat Adesanya.
Exactly.
TKO.
Yeah,
for the third.
And
time.
he's got probably so technically he's got like one of the highest striking IQs in the UFC and the kickboxing, like in his kickboxing world.
Yeah,
dangerous.
I'd agree with that.
Yeah, and so Glover's had him in the camp.
Yeah,
helped him with the Izzy fight, and now obviously like he's helping with the jiu-jitsu, and then you got Alex Pereira helping Glover with the striking.
Yeah,
I'm going Glover.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Jamal Hill, and I reckon he stops him. I reckon he rains hands on him. Jamal Hill's power is crazy. Like he hits people, they stay hit.
Yeah, the knockouts are mad. You can't deny it. The knockouts are mad.
Yeah, and he's got good hands.
Yeah,
like Glover's gonna come in. Do you know what I mean? Glover's going to have to come tight because he's not going to stand and bang with him. I don't think he's not going to stand and bang with him. Jamal's going to catch him. I reckon that he'll then try and take him down. Glover will try and take Jamal Hill down. And I just reckon that he's going to get into position to lay some shots on him.
Yeah.
Or drop him at least. Yeah. Probably late, maybe third round.
I'm looking forward to it. But definitely my number one fight for that card is Moreno, the quadrilogy. Yeah. So I'm having two Brazilians and a Mexican. Yeah. And if you're a Mexican or you're a Mexican.
Yeah. Just quickly then, just to finish off, just out of interest, at that Paul Craig Johnny Walker fight, who do you reckon wins that?
Oh, mate.
I'm
not looking forward to that fight whatsoever.
No. Just because they fought.
If he pulls guard again, it's going to be so embarrassing. Like, Johnny Walker was one of those fighters who thought, like, oh, he's going to be the next best thing.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
And he done that stupid fucking... he done a backflip, didn't he, off the cage. Or he fell back to do a worm and he dislocated his shoulder. And ever since that, like, he's just been shit. Yeah. Not shit, he's been, like, just... bon average. Yeah. You can't say fighters are shit because it's UFC, isn't it? Exactly. But it's been very bon average. Yeah. And Paul Craig, I was a fan of him. And then since that last UFC London, I'm like...
Johnny Walker stoppage for me.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
But buzzing. That's UFC this weekend.
283.
Pay-per-view. We're going to watch it Sunday morning as well. So, and then on Sunday, we'll come back and then we'll talk about the results.
Yeah, we'll come back. We'll have a little wrap-up show as well and see what the results were and see fucking how right or how wrong we were.
Exactly. But yeah, new show for us, the casual MMA fans. We're going to be doing a lot of this, mainly for the main cards, or unless there's like a pay-per-view event. If there's a fight night, that's like, oh, this is fucking good. We'll do this as well. But hope you enjoyed. Peace.